Have a nice day. Today is Wednesday, 8th of March 2023. This day is celebrated as International Women's Day. It is a globally holiday celebrated annually on March 8 as a focal point in the women's rights movement, bringing attention to issues such as gender equality, reproductive rights, and violence and abuse against women is the aim of this day. So we celebrate Women's Day 2023 every year on 8 March to envision a better society free from gender discrimination. Starting the newspaper analyst with the newspaper The Hindu states that Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar appoints his staff on standing committees. 8 members of personal staff of Vice President and Rajya Sabha Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar have been appointed to 20 committees that come under the ambit of the upper house as per an order released by the Rajya Sabha Secretariat on Tuesday, raising eyebrows since there is no past president of personal staff working on committees. Congress leader Jairam Ramesh says order is an unprecedented and inexplicable. Vice President Rajya Sabha Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar. The Hindu newspaper also states that India to send 20,000 MT of wheat to Afghanistan via Chabar. Decision amongst the others announced at First India Central Asia JWG on Afghanistan. India will send its next consignment of wheat as aid to Afghanistan under the Taliban regime via Chabhar. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that data personal bill government plans to ease norms for cross-border flow of data. The current provision on cross-border data flows as prescribed under Clause 17 of the draft Data Protection Bill states that the center will notify countries or territories where personal data of Indian citizens can be transferred. The proposal allow transfer to all except countries named on blacklist. Indian Express also states that from Siachen to Sudan, women army officers prove no mission is impossible. A unique set of challenge comes in for officers operating in conflict zones outside the country, such as in United Nations missions. Left Captain Shiva Chauhan at the Siachen Glacier and Major Shaili Gehlawat examines a patient at a camp in the conflict-torn Abyei, Sudan. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that Delhi excise policy case enforcement drive grills Manish Sisodia for 6 hours in Tihar jail. The enforcement drive team questioned Manish Sisodia for almost 6 hours between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., officials said, adding his questioning is likely to continue for a couple of more days. Hindustan Times also states that 4.2 magnitude earthquake jolts in Afghanistan. An earthquake of magnitude 4.2 hits Afghanistan on Thursday at 1:40 a.m. Indian Standard Time, according to the National Center for Seismology. The earthquake struck at a depth of 136 kilometers at a longitude of 69.51 and a latitude of 34.53. The earthquake struck in the depth of 136 kilometers. And going towards the economy of the country, slowdown in GDP growth late last year, temporary. Moody's Analytics on March 7th said India's domestic economy, rather than trade, is its primary engine of growth, and the slowdown in economic activity late last year will only be temporary. Slowdown in GDP growth in December quarter was stark when compared to 11.2% growth in the same quarter of last fiscal. The Moody's Corporation, headquartered in Manhattan, New York, United States, Fed likely needs to raise rates higher and possibly faster, Powell tells lawmakers. The remarks were his first since inflation unexpectedly jumped in January and the United States government reported an unusually large increase in payroll jobs for the month. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell testifies before the Senate Banking Committee March 7, 2023. More seats to India will help lower airfares. Emirates India must allow airlines to fly a greater number of seats to and from Dubai, in the absence of which airfares will continue to remain high on routes that are among the busiest in the world, said Emirates India head Mohammed Sarhan. India government officials say talks in logjam needs a political push. Going towards the world news, including petition seeks Nepal Prime Minister trials for killing during the insurgency days. Chinese minister warn of conflict unless United States changes course. In reversal, Biden waits detaining migrant families. Two kidnapped Americans found dead in the Mexico, two others alive. Intelligence suggests pro-Ukrainian group sabotaged a pipeline, United States officials say. Going towards the science and technology, ISRO conducts a parachute deployment tests on rail tracks of our Gaganyaan mission. Indian Space Research Organization has conducted rail track rocket salad deployment tests of the Gaganyaan pilot and the Apex cover separation parachutes. These pilot parachutes are used in the Gaganyaan mission to extract and deploy the main parachutes independently. Indian Space Research Organization carried out tests at the Terminal Ballistic Research Laboratory, Chandigarh, on March 1st, 2023. Science this week: success of NASA's DART mission. Asian magnetize at risk from sea level rise and more. Find the latest news and updates from the world of science here. The last image to contain a complete view of asteroid Didymos. Top left hand is moonlet Dimorphos, about 2.5 minutes before the impact of NASA's DART spacecraft taken by the on-board DRACO, a measure from the distance of 920 kilometers and released September 26, 2022. Japan launched H3 rocket destroys it was second stage failure. Japan's space agency has intentionally destroyed an H3 rocket moments after launch because the ignition for the second stage failed. People watch as an H3 rocket is launched at a field in Minamitain town in Kagoshima, southern Japan, Tuesday. On March 7, 2023, Japan's space agency intentionally destroyed the H3 rocket movements into its launch Tuesday after the ignition for the second stage of the country's first new rocket series in the more than 2 decades failed. At last, there's a famous quotation said by Mother Teresa, whose full name is Mary Teresa Bojaziu, who was born on 26th of August 1910 to 5 September 1997, better known as Mother Teresa, was an Albanian Indian Catholic nun who in 1950 founded a Missionaries of Charity. Anjezi Gonzi Bojaziu was born in Spukogia, at the time part of the Ottoman Empire. After the 18 years, she moved to Ireland and then to India, where she lived most of her life. Saint Teresa of Calcutta was canonized on 4 September 2016. The anniversary of her death is her feast day. Mother Teresa states that do not wait for leaders, do it alone, person to person. Be faithful in small things because it is in them that your strength lies. Okay, thank you.